speak up. The language of the Hebrew man.
Hey! Are you a truther?
Sure.
Did you always want to learn Hebrew?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
To understand what is written in the original scriptures?
Of course.
To research the symbolism behind the ancient letters? To really know what the Israeli politicians are saying?
No. What the fuck do I care?
Anyway, now you got the place for all your Hebrew learning at ESH SCHOOL! A series of lectures and tutoring by the ESH teacher, Mr. Nir Shoshani from Isaac's Well in Israel. The lessons will be broadcast on ESH News channels. And you will also have the chance to learn all the Hebrew you can handle by attending the Truthers class. And guess what? Because it's God's language, the studies are free! Yes, you heard it right! Totally free! Thank the Lord! Amen! Coming soon! ESH School, Hebrew Studies for Truthers!
To register and subscribe, please apply to ESH School Services, second floor above the well.
So, yeah, המשפט העברי. Now, in Hebrew, the word mishpat is a sentence, but also it describes the trial, okay, legal system, okay, because we always say like Beit HaMishpat, which is the courthouse, okay, Beit HaMishpat, it's like the courthouse, and Ma'arechet HaMishpat, which is the legal system, and anyway, like mishpat in Hebrew, it's a sentence. There's a song of an artist called Meir Ariel, okay, which is my favorite songwriter of all times. I think in all the world, okay, like he's like absolutely my favorite. He wrote a song, and one of the famous lines in the song is saying at the end of every sentence, there is in every sentence in Hebrew, there is an Arab guy sitting with a nargila, with a hookah. Okay, also if it's like in yeah, so this
what's a hookah?
Hookah, you know what is a hookah?
A hookah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he said, in the end of every sentence in Hebrew, there is an Arab guy sitting down with a hookah. Okay. Now,
or shisha.
Yeah,
shisha sounds better.
Yeah, but the song, like the relevance to the song for this sentence, it says over there that in every in every end of a sentence in Hebrew, there's a guy with a hookah, meaning that the origins of the Hebrew language came from Arabic. Okay. And then, like in the song, he replies him with an Yiddish sentence. Okay, afterwards, it's like talking with an Arab guy, and then afterward he replies him with an Yiddish sentence. So he's kind of like replying him, counters him, and says that the Hebrew language actually came from the Yiddish and not from the Arabic. So anyway,
but the Israelites or people in the region spoke Arabic until Hebrew was brought back.
Yeah, the thing is that the Hebrew was in the Bible, okay? The Hebrew was in the Bible, like as you can see today. And then afterwards, like the late 19th century, or it was like the beginning of the 20th century, there was this guy, Eliezer Ben Yehuda, who did a renewal for the Hebrew language. And he brought in all kinds of like words and the patterns that wasn't like really related, not really being used till in the Hebrew language till like because it only was like biblical language. So so this guy, he did all kinds of like and also like the Hebrew Academy throughout the years, they put in all kinds of like words that are affected not only from Arabic or Yiddish, they're like affected also from English, from all sorts of like nearby languages.
All I know is, man, that if the language I spoke was less than 300 years old, I'd be suspicious of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that, and I think that today it's one of the main important lessons because I can teach you like vocabulary, all the lessons that we have, but to teach you the structure of the sentence, I think it's the more important because this is what actually will get to you to learn how to speak Hebrew or like to compile sentences and things like that. So I will just share the presentation.
It is important to note after making that statement. It is important to note actually that modern English, especially after the Great Vowel Shift, has been changed in the last sort of 400 years or something, isn't it? So
yeah, right. Yeah.
It's not actually that modern English is not that much older than modern Hebrew. So
they have this black book, right?
Suspicious of all languages.
No, they have this black book, I know, in England that they kind of like invented like 500 years ago or something like that, and it has like totally different terms that than what.
Oh, you mean the book of the law, Black's?
Yeah, the Black's Law,
yeah.
Black's Law, yeah. Just a second. Where is it? My share screen was.
That's a law book for legalese.
Yeah. That's what
helps you with the language used in legalese.
Have you read it, Richie?
Well, I mean, I've never read a dictionary, so no. I've looked at it and I've looked up definitions in it.
Description.
But yeah.
Okay.
Action. Subject.
Okay. Now, let's start. Hebrew sentence. אני לומד עברית ב-ESH SCHOOL. Okay, so it kind of like if you see like the English letter, the English sentence, you can see that it's actually mixed. Okay, but if you like kind of like read it from right to left, okay. If you read it from right to left, then the English sentence will make sense. Okay, so it will be like I study Hebrew at ESH SCHOOL. Okay, now I. Okay, is ani. Study it's lomed. Ivrit, Hebrew. And be-ESH SCHOOL at ESH SCHOOL. Okay, this is kind of like a normal sentence in English, right? And what I want to teach you is what is like the main parts of like a usual sentence like that. Okay, so it's the subject, okay? These words are like the actual names of it, which is nose. It's kind of like important to know. Those parts are like, it's not really commonly used in the discussion in Hebrew or something like that, but they know that this is the nose, this is the subject of the sentence, okay? And nasu, it's like the action. It's like what happened with this subject, okay? So and in Hebrew, usually the subject comes first, okay? It's also like that in English. And so the action is the actual verb, okay? Or it could be like that he was someplace or something happened to him or whatever, okay? Now Musa, okay, is like a sentence in Hebrew, okay. It's only sufficient that you'll have like a subject and an action, nose and nasu, okay, that it will be a sentence, okay. Now, in order to add up a little more content to the sentence, so you got Musa. Musa is like what? It's something which is here we said Hebrew, okay? Hebrew, it's like the actual object, the actual thing, that the actual whatever that you discuss on in this sentence. So you got the subject, you got the action, and what do you do with this action? Okay, and this is at ESH SCHOOL. Okay, this is a description. Okay, a description ti'ur, and this is kind of like also can be something which is called levai. Levai, it's like a byproduct, okay, in Hebrew, and a byproduct is kind of like a part which is not actually needed in the sentence, but it describes something like in addition, okay, to the basic sentence.
Okay.
Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Okay, cool. Now, next slide. Okay. Now, and now I made it a little bit more complex, and the thing that I'm going to teach you in this slide is about like more complex sentences. Okay, and because as I told you, it's like when you got like the action and the subject, okay, it's like sufficient to be a sentence. Now, once you have like more complex sentence, okay, and you want to add up all kinds of like related things, so you kind of like adding up another sentence, okay? You kind of like adding up another sentence which has also a subject and an action by its own, okay? So here we have like אני לומד עברית עם הכיתה, I study Hebrew with the class, okay? ואנחנו לומדים כל שבוע, and we learning every week, okay? So what we got over here, we got like two sentences. We got one sentence which is אני לומד עברית עם הכיתה, and you have the subject, the action, the מושא, the תיאור, okay? And on this second part, okay, we got ואנחנו לומדים כל שבוע. So here the subject is אנחנו, not אני, okay? The subject is like we, okay? And we study, לומדים, it's the same one, but here we can see which is like a plural, okay? אנחנו, so we add up the yud and the mem at the end, okay? So this is the difference between לומד and לומדים. This is like single and plural. And every week, okay, like כל שבוע. Now, the reason why I circled those things that this is the comma, okay? This is the comma, and the comma, and the letter vav, okay? The letter, I told you the letter vav, it's a letter of connection, okay? It's a letter that once you add it to the beginning of the word, you can connect something to what was before it. So this comma and this vav, they kind of like signifies that we are like in a different sentence right now, okay? That this is like the beginning of part 2.
And the shin or no?
And the shin? Oh no, this is like I haven't got to that. I will get it soon. Okay. Now, this is what we are calling a unified sentence, משפט מאוגד, meaning that you have like one part, okay, and a second part which is like you know, a different thing, okay?
Yeah.
Like a different thing which is not really related to the first part. I will now explain to you what means to be related. Yeah, let's see. אני לומד עברית עם הכיתה. I study Hebrew with the class, שנמצאת באינטרנט, which is on the internet, okay? Now, the class of the internet, okay, which is on the internet, it's related to the class, okay, to the word class, to the word kita. So with this to signify that the connection between this part, okay, and this part, you kind of like added comma and the shin, or the word asher, okay, which is aleph shin reish.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Okay.
Now, and then so this is one part. This is one part with this שנמצאת באינטרnet. This part is like connected to the first part, and here we're starting a second part, okay, with the vav and the comma over here, okay. So and the second part, let's do that. ועם החברים הטובים, with the good friends, okay. Here you can see that it's also like opposite in Hebrew, okay? The descriptions are opposite. I told you that in first I think lessons. Chaverim, it's like friends, okay. Hatovim, it's like good,
I
okay.
can't mute that.
Okay, and Chaverim, it's like so in English it was like good friends. It was Hatovim Chaverim, but here it's like in Hebrew everything is like upside down. So Chaverim Hatovim, the friends come first. Okay.
So is good plural? Is that plural because friends is plural?
Yeah. The Yud Mem at the end, exactly. It signifies the plural. Okay.
Okay. Whoa. Can you just back up a bit? I just got the first part and second part, but down below, I'm trying to catch up with you guys.
Okay. Again, these two first sentences, okay, are these two first sentences are like the first part, okay, which are like the first part is being compiled out of this. אני לומד עברית עם הכיתה שנמצאת באינטרנט. This is the first part, okay, and this shin, okay, and comma, they are relating this נמצאת באינטרנט with the word class, okay, with the word class, because it's kind of like because it's been described, the class is being described as one which is like in the internet, okay, and
Is it consistently always sheen, or does it depend on the?
It's like usually it's either shin on the or the word asher, or I think we'll come to that a little bit later on today. Okay, which kind of like words and things are like related to, are like starting a new part in the sentence. Now, now the second part, which is kind of like what I told you, it's a unified sentence, okay. The vav and the comma over here, they signify that it's like a unified sentence, and you got like now a starting of a new part, okay. And so ve'im החברים הטובים.
Oh, I see.
שלומדים גם כן. Now the shin and the comma over here, it's kind of like relating to the friends, okay, to the friends, and with the good friends who studies as well, okay, who study as well, okay. So and who study as well, it's kind of like the shin over here, it's kind of like all the words like in English, which is like who, where, when you start like a sentence, you know, talking about the good friends who, where, okay. So this shin, it's kind of like this connecting word, okay. So again, you got the first part of this sentence, which is being compiled out of a main sentence, okay, and this part, okay, this part which is connected to the class, it's called psukit, okay. Psukit. Actually, pasuk in Hebrew it's a verse from the Bible, okay. A verse is a pasuk, and psukit, it's kind of like it's something which is smaller. The ending of like yud taf in Hebrew usually make a thing which an object, a smaller object, okay. So pasuk is like a verse, and psukit, it's like a part of a sentence, okay, which is like related to the main part. All right.
Okay.
I know it's kind of like it's pretty much hard, but I think it's like really important that we had this this thing, and I will try to give you more like examples as we go along about the sentences, because I'm actually like with my connection to Hebrew, I kind of like learned that this is the most important thing, because usually if someone is writing down a sentence in Hebrew and is not doing the punctuation, okay, not doing this punctuation of the commas, you can't really understand the sentence quite well. It's like those commas are like the word what, or like that, okay, that or which, okay, in English, which is like really important. And if you like reduce these words from an English sentence, I think that you'll have like pretty much of a problem to understand it, right? And I will tell you that from that aspect, the minute I kind of like captured that these commas are like really important, okay, so I turned into a really, really like commerce Nazi or something like that with all my work in translation and whatever. I always like keeping like really strict on those commas and usually like really getting nervous on my translators who kind of like dismiss them. All right, yeah, let's go on.
So, quick question,
Mhm.
teacher. Yeah. That's great. That's great for writing, but what about for talking? Is that where we pause and do we have to say shin?
No, in talking, you do say the shin and you do say the ve. So yeah, it is important. Yeah, but when you talk, it's kind of like the sentences are not really organized the same way as you write. Okay, so it's kind of like when you're conversating, like in regular conversation, not like when you're lecturing or something like that. You usually use shorter sentences and so yeah, it's fine. Okay, let's see over here.
An important sentence I need to know is this, okay? How do you say blank or whatever? How do you say
Yeah. Ech is how. Ech omrim. Omrim.
Omri?
Omrim. Ech omrim. Amar, Aleph, Mem, Reish, it's like to say. Okay, it's like say.
Amar, okay.
Amar, and like in plural, well, you use it like in plural, Omrim, when you want to know how to say a certain word. Ech Omrim, Alisha.
Okay, Ech Omrim Amar? No. Ech Omrim.
No, you want to add out like an English letter, an English word at the end, okay? It's like you ask someone, how do you say a certain English word in Hebrew? So, Ech Omrim house. Ech Omrim house.
Oh, okay.
Ech Omrim house. Yeah, bite. Bite in Hebrew.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's take a small recess, maybe like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, nap time.
Speak up. The language of the Hebrew man.
Hey! Are you a truther?
Sure.
Did you always want to learn Hebrew?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
To understand what is written in the original scriptures?
Of course.
To research the symbolism behind the ancient letters? To really know what the Israeli politicians are saying?
No. What the fuck do I care?
Anyway, now you got the place for all your Hebrew learning at ESH School. A series of lectures and tutoring by the ESH teacher, Mr. Nir Shoshani from Isaac's Well in Israel. The lessons will be broadcast on ESH News channels. And you will also have the chance to learn all the Hebrew you can handle by attending the Truth is class. And guess what? Because it's God's language, the studies are free. Yes, you heard it right. Totally free. Thank the Lord. Amen. Coming soon, ESH School, Hebrew Studies for Truthers.
To register and subscribe, please apply to ESH School Services, second floor above the well.
Me?
Salam. Shalom.
Shalom.
Oh, Ibrahim.
Here he is.
Hey, how you doing? So
I don't see.
welcome to ESH School. These are the participants from all over the world that we got over here, from Canada, from Spain, from the Philippines. And you are also from Israel. I know. How do you define Jennine? Do you define it as Israeli, as Israel, or like Palestinian Authority, or whatever?
Okay.
Oh, there you are. Welcome to the class. Nice to see you.
Shalom.
Salam. Salam alaikum.
Salam alaikum. Okay, so Ibrahim, just joining the class, I kind of like think that you are like in a point that is kind of like good for you to enter because you pretty much you know Hebrew from what I know from you in the work that we're doing together. So you pretty much know Hebrew, but I think that this part will be pretty much good for you to start learning from this point. Okay.
Okay.
So, okay. Anyway, so we were like talking today about the Hebrew sentence, and now in this second part of the class, in the first one we kind of like learned about the compilation of the sentence and the parts of it, and now it's kind of like a basic vocabulary which is really important. These are like the pronouns. No, not the pronouns.
Be like our house in the middle of the street.
Sorry. I apologize on behalf of Evan.
Oh, that's okay. Anyway, so it's kind of like important words for us to know about like the connections between the different parts, okay, or maybe like connections between like words in a sentence. So let's start with in, okay, the word in Hebrew betoch, okay, betoch, like in or like inside. So betoch, okay, and here we got like a sentence. The clock in the box, השעון בקופסה, okay. But like the word betoch, it's also like only they haven't wrote it over here. Like it's also like usually it's being used as be, okay, only the letter be, and you can see it. השעון, it's the clock, okay. Be. Be, it's like the letter betoch, okay, like the word in, and the box is the kufsa. Okay, guys, fine.
So it's
I'm
connected.
lost. Where's the box?
The box is connected directly to the clock.
Yeah,
you just use the first letter of box.
Yeah.
With right.
Yeah, like betoch, okay. Betoch use dismiss betoch, okay. Think that it's only written over here bet, letter bet, okay, the letter bet, okay, and over here you see השעון, it's the clock, be, okay, be, it's like in, and kufsa, it's like the box, all right.
So instead of saying the word in, but betoch, instead of saying that, you just say be.
Be, yeah. You can say also like betoch, okay. You can say also like השעון בתוך הקופסה, okay. You can say either the השעון בתוך הקופסה or השעון בקופסה, like they wrote down over here. Okay, good. On, al, okay, al. The apple is on a table. התפוח, the apple, al shulchan. Okay, התפוח, the apple, al, it's on, shulchan, table. Okay. You live on the side of the road. אתה גר על צד הדרך. Okay. על, on. Under, okay, under, מתחת. Remember I told you about that תחת, it's ass. So I said with kind of like ein תחת ein, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and תחת. So it's like under. The flag is under the chair. הדגל, it's a flag. מתחת, underneath, like under the chair. Okay, like he said. Am I explaining that all right with the sentences? Yeah. If you got any questions, Alisha, can't hear you. Mike.
Sorry, I'm just excited. We can read in Hebrew, so we're reading. But definitely.
Okay, good.
It's just
very
a little
difficult
overwhelming.
to read in Hebrew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, at, okay, this is kind of like confusing because it's written down b'makom, but over here it's like in here in betoch, okay. You also use the word bet, okay, but like in you describe something which is like betoch, you describe something which is like inside, okay, and here b'makom it's like where, in place somewhere, okay. The word at and the word in are both like are using like bet, okay. They're both like bet, but with at you're treating like to a place, and betoch in you like referring to inside. All right. So at we meet at the party. אנחנו נפגשים, it's we, נפגשים, meet, במסיבה. Okay? ba here, over here, this bet, this is like signifies where. Okay? At a place somewhere. All right? And here they are.
Sorry, can you just say the action word again, to meet? Because that's an important one.
Nifgashim.
Like we're gonna what?
Nifgashim. Nifgashim.
Okay.
Like to meet, it's a pagash. It's the word is pagash. Okay, pagash. Like met someone. So pei gimel shin and nifgashim.
Nifgashim,
It's like nifgashim. It's like for plural. Okay, it's anachnu. It's we.
Yeah, like let's meet. How do you say let's meet? Nifgashim.
Bo nipagesh.
Oh, that's completely different. That's not fair.
That is completely different, man.
Okay, hold on. I just want to know how to let's meet.
Let's meet. Bo nipagesh.
Slow down. Say it again, please.
Bo. It's like come on. Okay, come on. Bo.
Oh.
Nipagesh.
It's very hard, really.
Nipagesh.
It's because because technically you're not saying let us meet. Technically, you're not saying let us meet. You're saying come on.
Come on and meet.
Come here.
Yeah.
Come and meet. Yeah.
Oh. Bonina fagesh. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
We're in so much trouble. Thank God we have you near.
Yeah.
Would you say, Nir, would you say let us meet?
Yeah.
Would you say it like that? Would you say, instead of saying come on, meet, would you say let us meet? And how would you say that?
In English, you want to say it? No. So, bo nipagesh, yeah. You can say it.
Right. It's just because it sounds so different to
The shim.
what you were saying before. Yeah.
I will teach you like in separate class about the single and plural and how it's changed. And of course, male and female, which is like really a big issue over here. Like everything has like
gosh.
That's an issue everywhere, isn't it?
Over here.
What is female?
What?
I'm not even sure what a female is anymore.
Yeah. Hebrew would be good these days, but here we got like a strict distinction between male and female, and every object, everything has to have a gender.
It's the same. It's the same in Spanish.
Yeah.
It's the same in Spanish and Portuguese, Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in Spanish, at least it is much easier compared to Hebrew, really.
All right. So we were like in, and we were like in again, okay? And here you can see how they're writing down be, okay? Which is like the actual way that they should, the actual way that they commonly use it. Okay, beside, letzad. I sit beside you. אני יושב, sitting down, לצדך. And over here you can see that it's been used like beside you, okay? It's been narrowed down to one word, okay? לצדך. And over here this sad thing, okay? This is the actual root of this thing, and the lamed over here, it's letzad. It's like the direction, okay? And this chaf at the end, this final chaf, it signifies you, okay? It's like instead of the word you have like the word chaf over here, and this kind of like refers to who you are like approaching your action to, okay? If you're like sitting down next to someone and it's you want to say like in one word, so you're saying letzidcha, like to your side, okay? And you only add the final chaf at the end to signify that. Okay. Oh, my favorite word, meal. Yeah. Karov. Karov, okay? Like, yeah, something which is near. I live near you. Ani gar karov elecha. Ani, it's I. Gar, living. Karov.
Near.
Near, okay, near.
To
you, yeah. Oh, I had a funny thing on Facebook. I saw like someone like posted an post, and I wrote it down. State a place which is also like a name, okay? Which is also like which is also like used as a name, a place which is also like used as a name. So I wrote down, my name is Nir. It's after a place nearby.
So do we say I live in Canada? Do we say I gel Canada?
אני גר בקנדה. Let's practice.
Sorry, say it slower. אני יגאל.
אני גרה, since you are female, okay? So אני גרה. אני גרה בקנדה.
Canada.
What is the I am near in Philippines?
אני גרה בפיליפינים. And Rich, you גר, you're not גרה.
אני גר.
What is that near?
You גר, אתה גר באי. האי is an island.
באי.
ריצ'י גר באי. ריצ'י גר בספרד, בסדר.
I can't remember, man. Yeah, my mind's now my brain's gone completely blank, and I can't even remember what you just said. Because you put me on the spot. Go away.
No. Say אני גר בטנריף.
אני גר בטנריף.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
There we go. אני גר בטנריף.
אני גר בפיליפינים.
בפיליפינים. אני גרה. Mardi, you גרה. Gara.
אני גר בג'יני.
You're female, so you Gara. And Rich, you are only Gara.
Gara.
אני גרה. Filipino.
Okay. Next to ליד. I live next to you. אני גר לידך. Or in female, it's Gara.
Okay, but we're never going to say that. We're going to say I live in Canada or I live in Philippines.
Well, I live nowhere near you.
Next.
Yeah. אני לא גרה לידך. Okay. אני לא גר לידך. Okay? If you want to negative it, okay? אני לא גר לידך.
What does that mean? אני לא.
לא, I'm not living beside you, next to you.
אני got.
לא גרה.
So got is no. Got is not.
Got?
Does that mean not?
Not, yeah, lo.
Oh, low equals not.
Low is not.
Lo.
So low.
Gala, Philippines.
Does that mean no as well?
Near.
Yeah, I told you, like yes and no, can velo.
So you can say any low. and then or
And
you
lo,
can,
yeah, to negative it. Yeah.
I'm not.
Huh.
So because you're a guy, you'd say that.
Yeah. Evan, you גר, אתה גר בקנדה. You live in Canada. Oh, by the way, Evan, are you there?
Anigara Lobe. How would you say I don't live in Israel?
אני לא גר בישראל.
Ani lo gara be Israel. Okay. Ani lo. So lo comes right.
Evan, are you there?
Israel.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Yeah. Tell me, what about your Finnish language skills?
Oh, terrible. I lost it. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually translated this week a whole wheel from Finnish to Hebrew. Equated with the Finnish language. Pretty amazing. They got 20 letters words over there. It's like
they love their vowels.
I wanted to learn, but every time I got to the class, it was finished.
Yeah. I was waiting to see which kind of joke you will make on this. Yeah. Okay, hey, Ibrahim. Oh, little Ibrahim.
This little one.
That's sweet. Yeah. Good.
I don't want to make any assumptions as to what gender this baby
Put on the volume. Put on the microphone if you can.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is my little girl.
Oh, I want to see where I can
gorgeous.
see where.
Cool. All right.
How do you say she is beautiful in Hebrew?
Oh, هي يفا.
How do you say it? How do you say it in Arabic?
Jamila.
إنها جميلة.
Oh, Jamila.
إنها جميلة.
She's very beautiful. She's very beautiful.
Thank you.
What is her name? What is her name?
Actually, her name is Masa.
Masa.
Yeah, Masa.
Oh, very nice.
Masa.
It's
like
in Spanish,
it's like the meaning of a jewel. Masa, almas.
Oh.
Yeah, we get down to Hebrew meanings of names somewhere, and this is really weird word over here because every name in Hebrew has got to have meaning. It's not like American names or whatever. It's yeah. I'm actually near. It's actually a field. Okay, it's a field, and Shoshani. It's kind of like a word which is related to Shoshana, which is like rose. Okay.
Rosh Hashanah.
No, not Rosh Hashanah. Shoshana. Shoshana, it's a rose. Okay. So Shoshani, it's kind of like a bouquet of roses, so something like that. And I'm also my first name is Nir, which is like a field. Okay, a plowed field, and so
you're
I'm a field
of roses.
Yeah, I'm a field of roses. Whatever. Yeah. Okay, and Ibrahim, he came from the word from Abraham, and Abraham is kind of like has this word av inside it, so it's kind of related to something for a father or something like that. Okay? The word av is father. So, and Abraham was the father of all fathers. Okay.
And besides, it's the name of the prophet Abraham.
Yeah. It's the same Abraham. Okay, it's the same Abraham. Yeah.
Abraham.
Okay,
the
good.
Father of faith.
So, we were here, I think, in between, right? Between, it's Bain. Between the table and in the chair, there is a cat. Bain, okay, Bain, השולחן לכיסא, בין השולחן לכיסא, יש חתול, which is
How do you say whatever in Hebrew?
Whatever.
מה שיהיה.
Water.
מה שיהיה.
Mashiach, whatever.
מה
Mashiach.
שיהיה.
yeah.
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 Mashiach.
מה שיהיה.
Mashiach.
The song in Hebrew. Okay. So we were like here below. Okay, below mitachat, which is like a very which is similar to the word over here under. Okay, that we saw before. Under, below, it's both like mitachat.
Oh, mitachat.
Below the bed there is a phone.
Below is
below the bed there is a phone. מתחת למיטה יש פלאפון.
mitafa. That mitafa?
מתחת. Yeah, something which is below מתחת. מתחת.
And can we say mitachat or mitahat? Yeah.
No, מתחת.
No,
بلتيز.
The Eastern Hebrews say mitahat.
Yeah. above מעל.
Above meow.
מעל.
Open your mouth.
מעל. The picture hangs above my bed. התמונה, the picture, hangs תלויה, מעל המיטה שלי. Okay? My bed.
מעל המיטה שלי.
מעל המיטה שלי. So, yeah, above. All right. And what we got next? Out. מחוץ. We got like מחוץ again? No, we didn't have. The cat is out of the bag. The cat is out of the bag. It's like a phrase, right? The cat is out of the bag. It's like a phrase, right? In Hebrew, we don't say החתול מחוץ לתיק. We don't use that. This phrase is being used like usually to describe something which is like a revealed secret or something like that, right? Rich, right?
Say that again.
The cat is out of the bag. It's being used like in English as a phrase.
Oh,
right?
yeah. It's like the secret's out. They let the cat out.
Like, it's also like spill the beans.
Yeah. Spill the beans, yeah. In Hebrew, when you say about cats and bags, you say that you don't. אתה לא קונה חתול בשק. You don't buy a cat in a sack. Okay. Meaning that you need to examine things before you buy them, or to know what you're buying, or something like that. Weird, okay? How they're using cats and bags in different languages.
Yeah, because really, if there was a cat in a bag, you'd fucking know about it, because that bag would be going.
Yeah.
There'd be claws coming out of it. So, yeah.
Okay, so החתול מחוץ לתיק. חתול, cat. Mardi, חתול. I just saw like a documentary about cats, and they say the cat is coming from the word catus. No, something like a catus, something like in Latin. Yeah, something like that. And in Hebrew, chatul, it comes from the word which is like to diaper. Okay.
Diaper?
Like to diaper, yeah, because the cats after they doing their shit, whatever, so they kind of like cover it, okay? They cover their shit, okay? They cover it like they're doing with a diaper, motion. You understand that, right, Mardi? Like they're doing like with the claw. Okay, when they're like, my cat when she doesn't want to,
they're trying to
cover when she doesn't want to eat something, so she's like crawling the floor,
scratching. That's what scratching like.
Yeah, something like that, and kind of like when she wants to try something, so it's kind of like reminds emotion of diapering a baby. Okay, so and chitul it's a diaper, and chatul it's a cat, right?
Tattoo is cat.
Yeah, chatul is cat.
In English, it's a nappy.
Nappy. What is nappy? Chatul
is a diaper. A diaper
Oh,
is a nappy.
diaper. Okay, yeah. All right, Ibrahim, what's with the diapers? Are you doing the diapers?
Yeah, all the time.
All right. So, what we have over here, we got, what do we, yeah, just a second. Let's move, second, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. This slide, yeah. Okay, yeah. More words, important ones. After, אחרי. After. I see you after school. אני רואה, see. אותך, it's you. אחרי, it's after. School, בית ספר. בית ספר. אחרי בית ספר, meaning like after with meaning of time. Okay?
Okay, so
not like a meaning of
after?
place, meaning of time. And before we say לפני. לפני, and also like in the meaning of time. Okay? Also like in the meaning of place, is לפני, but also like לפני and אחרי, it's also in the meaning of place and also in the meaning of time. Okay? אני רואה אותך לפני בית ספר. I see you before school. So אני see רואה אותך you before לפני school בית ספר. while בזמן ש. Okay, בזמן ש.
What?
זמן is time. Okay, is time, the word time. So in time that it's like while. It's like the word while. So בזמן שאתה משחק, while you are playing, you play. While you play.
Oh, that'll be an important one.
Yeah. While you play, I'm doing something else or something happened or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. While you.
בזמן שאתה.
מה שאתה.
בזמן.
זמן,
it's time. Zman, it's time in Hebrew. All right, and just a second. I see. Okay. I think that we've gone through a lot in this class, and you know what? Let's try to complete maybe this slide and finish it up. Okay.
That's good because my brain feels like new words crammed into it. It's gonna go.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit too much that we did for this lesson, but okay. Let's continue on for this slide. Let's try to pass it and say that we at least finish this subject. Bye. Bye. The word bye in English. Send the box by Sunday. שלח את הקופסה עד יום ראשון. Now the word add, it's until. Okay.
Buy is a weird word in English.
Yeah. You know, forget this one. It's really hard to explain right now. You know,
because it also means next to. Buy also means next to.
Yeah. Now over here, it's like if you want to describe like a time in a time manner, so you use usually until, right? And so over here you use the word add. Okay. Now when you want to refer to an object or like a thing, a noun or something like that, so they use the word bizman over here. Okay, bizman she'ata oved, by the time you work. Okay. Yeah, a little bit complicated. Let's continue on 4. 4 also like I got lots of like different meanings in Hebrew. Lemeshech, le, yeah, le,
Le?
le.
Le?
Yeah, use you can use le. You can use le, and you can use lemeshech. Lemeshech is it's for like a length of time. Okay, for length of time. And from these ones are like really important. Yeah, let's finish them up. From and to, it's ad. Again, use ad, the same one which was over here. To ad. אנחנו אופים מ-6 ועד 9. We bake from 6 to 9. So we is אנחנו, אופים, bake. Me, we soon get to that. Me, it's like from, okay? From over here. Me, 6, it's like an hour, okay? From 6. Ve'ad, it's this ad to 9, 6 to 9.
In that context, the to means the same as until. So it makes sense that it's...
So, yeah, it makes sense as it's ad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we bake from 2, 6, 9.
And at, okay, at, let's see, he spoke, he wakes up at...
Quick question, all the prepositions, like these are all prepositions,
yeah,
right?
Prepositions, yeah.
So the prepositions go right after the action.
Yeah, it's after like usually after the action, but like you can also, these prepositions can be used for not certain necessarily in action, like it can be related also to a noun or something else in the verb in the sentence.
Or okay, so what is a noun, right? So it could be after the what. Yeah. It's part of the description.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Exactly, and also like they usually those words are like start off a new part of the sentence, like as you explained in the first the first part of the lesson. Okay, they're actually being used as letter as like the shin that I mentioned. Okay, to attach all kinds of like parts in the sentence.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Okay, let's continue on for like in. Okay, let's see.
That's a lot of words for in.
Yeah, I don't know. They wrote down of it. This is not my charts actually. I kind of like stole them from somewhere.
Yeah, I gathered that.
Yeah, I love to go outside
because it's written in, because you've only got it in English and actually in Hebrew. But when you did it all for us, you wrote it in English Hebrew as well. So
okay, now in and on. Okay, I think that we gone through that earlier or something. In here in this one, yeah. So in and on, they use like be. Okay, the letter be, the letter bet. Okay, for also like in and on. But yeah, I love to go outside in the morning. אני אוהב לצאת בבוקר. Okay, which is kind of like the important thing over here. And the examination on Sunday, right? הבחינה here, this bet ביום ראשון. And I was born, I born on the 8th of December. נולדתי this bet, שמיני בדצמבר. The 8th of December. And come on time, תגיע, okay, it's come, it's the on, זמן, time. Since, מאז, מאז שאתה קורא, since you read. It's like since, but like in the meaning of time. Okay, in the meaning of time. Since you read, מאז. Okay, it's like since you're reading that, it's not like that. Okay, and during, במהלך, במהלך המאה ה-18, במהלך, during the 18th century, the 8th century. All right. Yeah, I think that God bless, and we finished with this slide. And I think that yeah, for this class, yeah, it's gonna be done for today. Richie shows me all kinds of like breaking signs, but yeah, I got them. So anyway, class, and you need coffee to wake up, Alisha. Another coffee.
No, go back
You
to
deserve
bed.
another one. Survive this class, you deserve another cup of coffee, and yeah.
Yeah, I gotta take the dog out, don't I? Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Okay. And are there any questions?
And Mardi, go to sleep. And Ibrahim,
Yeah, it's okay.
change your diaper.
Fine.
Nice to meet you, Ibrahim. Nice to meet you, man.
What time there in your
nice to
place,
meet you
Ibrahim?
guys.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Good. Anyway,
Nice to meet you,
thank
Ibrahim.
you
What
guys
time
for
in your
again
place?
another thrilling class over here on ESH News.
Thank you. Thank you, Nir. God bless you.
Shalom.
Thank you, Nir.
Salam
Yeah,
alaikum.
next week I will invent you some kind of like lesson for us to do, and yeah, it will be fun.
Awesome.
Okay,
Awesome.
Nir.
You
Okay.
after